Hi everyone and welcome back. Previously on our channel, we drove to Bangaluru and had a great time with our relatives. Next, we explored the beautiful hill station Chikkamangaluru. Visited the Mullayanagiri peak. We also tasted some local cuisine and saw some amazing birds during our stay. Hi, welcome to our channel When on a Break. I am Sunny and this is my wife Varnika, and these are our dogs Jiraya and Ginny. Our dream is to explore the world and see new places, hiking, get up and close to wildlife, try new cuisines, and engage with new people when we are on a break from work. Thank you for joining us on our journey. It is true that driving long distances can get boring at times. But our cute companions are always up to something funny, keeping things interesting. Some other times, it's the changing scenery which keeps us in the awe. A tingling hope to see a rare bird keeps us alert. An endless sharing of stories and snacks keeps us going. This was the last leg of our road trip in Karnataka before we could head back home, and we knew it was going to be awesome. We left the coffee plantations and the beautiful valleys of Chikkamangaluru with a lot of good experiences and memories to take back home with us, and heading to our next destination, which was Hampi. The route was scenic with vast fields and lots of windmills. The road was in excellent condition and was fun to drive on. It was spectacular. We took short breaks as and when possible, and so did our pets. As we approached closer to Hampi, the land of the great Lord Hanuman, we saw the landscape change completely. The green rolling hills gave way to huge heaps of boulders. The tropical thick vegetation was replaced with desert trees and shrubs. Hampi does not have a lot of pet-friendly options to stay, as our grand road trip had to have a grand end. We decided to dip our toes in luxury of Hyatt Place in the suburbs of Hampi. It was a bit of a splurge, but was worth every penny. We checked in, ordered lunch, and took a quick nap before we could explore the property in the evening. The hotel has a lot of open space to stretch our legs after a long drive. I must say, Jira and Ginny just loved playing in the open lawn.
Jenny! Come on, 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 come on.
There's a crow sitting. Vidyanagar township, where the hotel is located, is about an hour south of the main town of Hampi. Although it was raining, we managed to do some excellent birding on our way to the historical sites, where we were headed to spend the whole day exploring the UNESCO discoveries and listening to mythological legends. This is Manjunathan, and he was our tour guide for the day. He was very passionate, well informed, and tried his best to show us around and tell us about the history of every site. We made it to our first stop on the list, which was the Lotus Mahal or Chitrangani Mahal. According to historical accounts, this structure was built to serve the royal women in the empire. Also, the king, Krishna Devaraya, used it as his council chamber for meetings with his ministers. The place was also used as a relaxing place for the royal family. We would really recommend hiring Manjunathan or any government licensed guide for the first class experience of the ancient city. Costs are according to the package selected. He understood our restrictions due to our pets and happily agreed to give us both an individual tour while the other one waited outside. Hampi was the capital of the Vijayanagar Empire in the 14th century. By 1500 CE, Hampi Vijayanagar was the world's second largest medieval era city after Beijing and probably India's richest at that time, attracting traders from Persia and Portugal.
these are the some plates. So and there's a river. यहाँ से फिर वो खा के and then they used to clean from the water. Used to clean, and all the dirty water used to go in that pond.
Amazing.
And there are plates engraved in the wood or stone I think. And that is the kitchen.
जो नरसिम्हा हिरण्यकश्यप को मारने के बाद में वो बहुत एंग्री में रहते हैं. उसको कोल्ड करने के लिए लक्ष्मी देवी को राइट में भेजते हैं. एक ब्राह्मण आदमी आएगा, वो बनाया था स्टैचू को डालना लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा. बट अभी प्रेजेंटली अभी नरसिम्हा एक ही है.
In 1565, during the War of Talikota, Deccan Sultanate came together against the Vijayanagar Empire. Though the army of Vijayanagar Empire was large, but it failed against the artillery cannons of the sultans and eventually lost the war. Hampi was burned for months and months till what we see today was all that was left. ASI Archaeological Surveys of India is now doing its best to recreate the city and maintain it to attract more and more tourists. Unfortunately, due to the high flow of the river, we were not allowed in the coracle ride. But just for info, pets are allowed here. Just ask around for a pet-loving coracle owner. The next part of this trip was a fun ride to another place of this region. Jiraiya and Jenny found this ride really amusing. Other tourists were very fascinated to see these two accompanying us to enjoy the Vijaya Vithala temple, even though they got to see it only from outside. I hope you have heard of the wise poet Tenali Rama. He was very much the product of this kingdom and only one of the many jewels it adored. I think everyone can remember this chariot from a 50 rupee note. Manjunathan explained to us about the sculptures and their significance very nicely. Like here, he was showing how the small temple carvings were in fact a miniature form of the same temple. Each pillar in the temple had a musical instrument carved on it, and knocking on that pillar gave the sound of the same instrument. It is out of bound for now due to excessive knocking by tourists.
ये विष्णु जी की मूर्ति है और ये कृष्ण.
The last place on our list was Sri Mullayanagiri Raghunathan Temple. We ended our day with the beautiful sunset from Mullayanagiri Hill. The view from the point was spectacular. We would like to give a special thanks to Mr. Manjunathan for making this day memorable and loving our pets. The next morning, I headed out alone to a bird hide owned by Mr. Pompea Malmat, an hour away from our hotel. This bird hide is an excellent place to observe and photograph some shy birds of this region. Mr. Malmat's assistant, Mr. Nagraj, guided me to the hide, set it up, and offered some hot coffee while I set up my camera and tripod. As the sun came up, I could hear the sounds of birds, and gradually as it got brighter, the show had begun. The first to raid the ground were the silverbills and the other small birds. Slowly, the others followed, like this grey francolin, who was soon shooed away by the squirrel. Next to enter the playground were this beautiful pair of jungle bush quails. They are beautiful looking birds, don't you think? The grey francolin is much bigger than these quails and dominating too. Many other species like squirrels, bulbuls, quails, scaly-breasted munias, white-browed fantails, and yellow-billed babblers came in to feast on the buffet of grains and the mashed fruit which Nagraj had laid out. Painted spurfowl was another surprise visitor. I was seeing them for the first time. Or as the birding lingo goes, these were lifers for me. A few moments later, there was a sudden silence. All the birds were alert as if there was some danger close by. And the party was over. Quickly as they could, they all dispersed, leaving the ground empty. The Indian grey mongoose. I was lucky to spot them so close out in the open. Just their presence can scare most of the birds away. But these mongoose too had competition. Monkeys. A whole bunch of them. After a satisfying meal, they all disappeared into the thick bush. Nagraj and I took a short walk around the hide. We were drawn towards lots of bird sounds. It was good to see some other birds too, like the small minimet, the oriental white-eyes, the cherry on my cake was the blue-faced malkoha, one of the most elusive birds and a lifer for me. Soon I was fortunate to meet the man himself, Mr. Pompeo, and we continued our birding along the canal. While driving along the Tungabhadra high-level canal, we spotted a pair of painted sandgrouse. A few meters ahead across the canal, we saw the highlight of the day, the spotted eagle owl. We could hear its call from far away. It was a perfect way to end this morning birding trip. Due to shortage of time, I could not visit Daroji Bear Sanctuary. Well, some things for the next time. I grabbed some local breakfast and headed back to the hotel. Mr. Pompeya is a birder, a wildlife enthusiast, a nature photographer, and active in many social and environment conservational activities in the region. He also owns a well-established eco-farm stay too, which we will surely visit the next time we come.
Are you ready?
Meanwhile at the hotel, Vanika had some time off with the kids. Jiraiya and Ginny had a good time running, playing and watching movies. I was greeted with lots of licks when I was back, as if I had gone for a month.
Oh. Look at you.
You don't love him? No. You don't
What?
Why?
What?
And then you don't be
शू करते कि वो
No fighting.
This side. In the evening, we drove to the close-by canal and enjoyed the sunset and the industrial lights from one of the largest steel production factories. In a big tray. And we're very excited. We ate dinner in the room and called it a night. Day 15, and here we are at the last day of our grand Karnataka road trip. We had a long day ahead of us, so we had breakfast and loaded our bags in our car and checked out.
Jiraiya. चलो
On our way, we decided to do a quick stop at the Tungabhadra Reservoir. Its vast scale amazed us. As usual, J&J attracted a lot of attention by other admirers.
Not going in the water. It's a big swimming pool, but we are still not going in the water. Didn't find the bird.
Remember the friends we made on the ferry to St. Mary's Island in Udupi? On the suggestion, we included viewing the Gold Gumbaz in Bijapur. I say viewing as we couldn't visit it with our pets. But that definitely did not stop us from going around its boundaries and admiring the scale of this dome, which is visible from kilometers away. It is after all the second largest dome in the world, next in size only to the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. On our way, we reflected back on the complete road trip. The beautiful places we stayed at, the amazing people we met, the delicious local cuisine we got to feast on, and remembered all the fun times with our pets. Indeed, it was one awesome road trip. Our plan was initially to stop at Solapur for the night and then drive directly to Mumbai the next day. But instead, we drove a couple of hours more and stopped over at our parents' place near Baramati. And that was home. Just like that, we come to the end of this episode and our Karnataka series. And I leave you with this footage of our dearest Dadu peeling the grapefruit which successfully made it home all the way from Chikkamangaluru. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned to our channel for many more adventurous trips.